think okay.
Liking women's picks versus men's picks, I agree with this. I also believe that when you like women's picks, like we get that validation in personal life anyway, but on social media, it's about getting the perfect still shot of a moment in time. So that's why it's doctored to be so perfect, because you're trying to make art. Like, I know what you guys are saying, it's not art, but it is. It's like your wall is your digital artwork. So when you're taking these pictures, you try to make them look as good as possible, just like a painter would. They would paint you slightly thinner, your arms slightly thinner, your face slightly thinner, to help you out, to help you look a little better in this one moment in time that you're trying to keep. So I think it's just unfair to pretend that these things on social media are irrelevant when they are in fact a part of our lives, and it's just doctored up moments in time. It's not anything extreme. Can we
Okay,
agree to
so
that?
fantasy, I ain't agreeing,
False
but
history.
Okay.
fantasy question, follow up for you. Would you have the same appreciation for this art if there was no money involved in it?
Yeah. I've always been into nudity, and I've always believed that we should be working more towards nudity as a society. And I was just surprised that all these other
What in
things
the
came
hell?
to fruition before nudity came into fruition.
See, this is why she
Personally.
like that Keke Palmer shit. Like you just
Yeah, I think it's
dysfunctional
a
ass
step in the
goofy
right
people
direction.
run around
Personally.
doing stupid shit all the time, making
It's
You know
babies
what?
I
not
don't know.
accepted
It
random.
to
No,
seems
just
like
Mr.
because you're
Leto.
naked.
All
No,
right, Clout,
it
Mr.
you
seems
next.
Leto.
like
It's about liberation. She's about liberation.
Bro,
I
So,
just believe
liberation
I
when
that
it
we
comes
should
to
be
women is
naked,
stupid and
more
one
ignorant.
mic.
nude
Women
as
don't need
possible.
liberation because y'all are children. Y'all need to sit down somewhere and follow goddamn rules.
I mean,
Liberation.
3 hours in, it was
Liberation.
gonna come at some point. But
Listen,
there it
I
is.
have no problem following rules,
Right. That's all I'm
Exactly.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
but
Look at me,
nudity
fully
is
clothed.
All right,
liberation.
let's get Clout in there. You next, bro.
yeah, I think we call that like liberation a lot, but I feel like modern women have this thing where it's like they're fetishizing their own bodies. Like I feel as though it's like a form of narcissism, really. Like I don't really feel like it's so much art. Like I just feel like so many women today are obsessed with. It's not even that they're obsessed with nudity. I feel like they're just obsessed with the idea of seeing themselves naked.
Yeah.
So it's like you look through their phone and it's 1,000 pictures of themselves naked, and it's like they're fetishizing themselves. It's like a weird thing. It's like so many modern women are sexually attracted to themselves, and that's just really all it is.
It's definitely
Mm.
narcissism. It's definitely an extreme form of narcissism, and it's like it's being pushed along with anxiety. Like when you see it yourself, you always having to be in the midst of things, and you always have to, kind of like see what people are saying about you. You inadvertently are trying to create people's idea around how you want them to see you. And you're doing that by doctoring up your pictures. You're doing that by trying to stand out and look like other people, not look like other people. Even if you are, getting the same aesthetic as other women, even if you're having the same hairstyle, even if your body type is the same, you're still trying to find a way to stand out and be validated. But not just validated by men. You're also trying to be validated by other women.
And to add
All
to
right.
that, it's like narcissists create what's called a mask. And what this is essentially just a digital mask. That's all it is. Instead of you creating the false persona in real life, you create the false persona online through pictures and through doctoring it so that you can curate what you want people to see you as. But that is just narcissism.
As long as y'all giving up the ass in real life and not just teasing folks, go for it.
You
And
know
that's
what?
another
Let me.
Yeah,
reason why
my
I don't think
fiance
what
was
he said on
playing.
the video was
Let,
actually like substantial, because we talk about these pictures or whatever, but in real life, these same women that are having all of these gorgeous pictures, they're having the most terrible time and the most altered experience with men. It's not reflecting their online situation. It's not reflecting them getting constant praise and validation. Because if it were, then they wouldn't attempt to negate what's happening in
Yeah,
real
they
life.
wouldn't be doing it in the first place.
They
I
would go.
agree.
They would stop negating what's
Mhm.
happening in real life and just do it online. online is a way for them to cultivate their own community of
Yep.
people who is going to give them praise, who is always going to agree with them, and who is always going to make them feel good about themselves, even if they're wrong. And then they go and they seek it out externally. But I think a lot of times men miss the fact a lot of women know that we are being sexualized, and a lot of women know that you guys are, your intentions are only one thing. And some of them are getting off on that. Some of them are literally trying to lie to themselves saying, oh, well, I don't want to be sexualized, but you're doing everything provocative to aid and abet in it.
I personally think it's a repeat of history. If you look at the 1960s, like when Hollywood first started coming around and women started wearing their dresses a little bit past or higher than just ankle length to their knees and all of that. And the 1960s was made up to look like this magical, fun, great time. And a lot of women were being sexually assaulted. There was a lot of pimping. There was a lot of craziness going on. But these women were changing their looks and doing all this stuff as some type of way of showing like their independence and trying to own it and feminism, when in reality they were still getting sexually assaulted and all of this. So I feel like it's kind of a repeat of history because women have been so overly sexualized and social media has made it worse. So I feel like at this point of time, everybody's trying to, oh, well, I want them to look at me, so let me go out my way to try to stand out and do this, this, and this, and this. But I very much agree with what Paris said. I feel like it does become this weird narcissism, and I really think it's just embedded in mental illness, but whatever.
I was saying something about Danae Jackson when she got Ard, in this whole story with Derek Jackson or whatever, he had an interview or whatever. And he actually talked about how she got Ard in two different situations, right? And I was explaining to a woman that in a lot of times, a woman who gets Ard, she becomes more promiscuous because she gets to the point where she's just like, well, my innocence is gone. I might as well just go crazy, right? So when it comes to this liberation stuff, and just like what Layla said, a lot of these women have gotten R'd or M'd, and they just like, I might as well just go crazy. And
that's not true though. Not in this.
It's not all women. I get what he's saying.
Whoa. Can y'all?
Not in this particular case.
I just want to say this, Paris, because it's not against you, but it's just some goofy shit that women love to do. I literally said, not all women. I usually don't even say that, but when it comes to something,
not necessarily
stop. When I talk about something as sensitive as R'd, can you let me finish?
You being an alpha male?
Can I stop? I mean, stop.
You can.
The stop party has begun. Go ahead, MLG.
So when I bring up something as sensitive as a woman that has been assaulted, I'm going to say not all women because that is a sensitive subject. So the one time I did say not all women, I got a goddamn woman on here talking about not all women. That's
not what I said.
Whatever it is, it was just dumb. Okay, can I just finish what I was saying? Can I just please finish what I was saying? So can I finish what I was saying, please? So
just make it make sense.
You done?
Please let him land this plane.
Lee. So with the sexual liberation stuff, it's not sexual liberation.
I'm not talking about sexual liberation. I just want to be clear. I said liberation for being naked. When you're naked, you're free. That's what I meant.
It's still the same thing. It's sexual.
Not the same.
If you're naked, that's sexual. Right?
No, if you're naked in your house and nobody sees it, or you're naked and whatever.
OnlyFans, Layla, stop. We talking about
I was referring to because she said she takes her nudes.
We moved on.
Everybody, I enjoy being naked. Everybody enjoys being naked, walk around the house.
She described her nudes in the past. She was talking about her idea of nudity.
All right, one mic.
And I said she likes liberation.
You do understand what's running across the bottom of the screen, right? Liking pics. We're talking about being
Right.
naked or being half naked on social media. What are you talking about? So what I'm
But did
saying
you follow
is,
this conversation?
okay, I'm
Ramon?
almost done. Can y'all
Did you
shut
get
up for a
lost?
second? So what I'm
Did you
saying
get lost?
is the reason why women get so much of a high off of likes and all this attention, sexual attention, is because the majority of these women, not all, have been M'd or R'd, and it's like they don't threw everything else out the window because it's just like, okay, my everything that I've been trying to hold on to is gone, so I might as well just go crazy.